did some of these ideas come from? Why do some people think that pits are so dangerous?
You know, through history, there's always a dog. You know, it's been German Shepherds, Rottweilers, Doberman Pinschers. They've all had their kind of time. And for whatever reason, pit bulls, because they were originally bred to fight bulls, that's real. And so they're just bred, you know, they're this kind of very strong dog. And so somehow they've gotten this bad rap. And then, of course, unfortunately, the media hooks onto that. And then it becomes a big thing. It sells newspapers and news stories and things like that. And so, but it is just, it's a really bad rap that I think is very unfortunate and just not justified at all.
And what do you notice about this type of breed of dog?
Well, typically, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this so badly, because this was an amazing thing. I mean, it's a really quite amazing story that she ran off the freeway onto the property here, hunkered down, clearly terrified. I mean, if you can imagine, she's running off of traffic. Here we go. It's the security footage here.
So wow, there she is.
And she ran and she hit herself and hunkered down, so terrified. If you can imagine running off of the freeway,
right,
terrified, hunkered down in the bush until then, of course, Tex found her on his walk the next morning. So I think that it's a beautiful thing because this dog has been through a traumatic experience, and she's real skinny, and we don't know what's happened to her. And so that she was able to be resilient enough to trust people to come out and help get her out of the bushes, bring her into the station where all these weird things are happening, strangers, weird stuff, all these things are happening, and just trust people after whatever she's been through and all of that with this just naturally calm, nice temperament, I think is an amazing thing. And that's why I thought we got to talk about this, because this has just saved this dog's life because of her natural nice temperament.
Well, and studies actually show, Stephanie, that the temperament of this type of breed is actually not what everyone thinks. So explain this testing.
Well, there's a temperament testing society, American Temperament Test Society, and they do temperament testing of all different breeds, and they take percentages. They just collect data. And so the tests they do prove that the pit bulls, they test the pit bull type dogs, because pit bull is more of a type than a particular breed usually. So the pit bull, oh, she sees her mommy over there. She's already very, very attached to her mommy, which is a beautiful thing. But the pit bulls, their natural temperament is very affectionate, lovable, trainable. We have them in my therapy dog group. I love training them. I have my own that I rescued off the street 8 years ago, and he's the most affectionate dog I've ever had. And one of the smartest dogs, too. I have a little Chihuahua mix, and she just bullies him around like crazy. It's horrible.
Small dog syndrome.
Exactly. The small dogs are much scarier than the pit bulls, that's for sure. But the tests do show that they have this really lovable temperament, and it's just almost always, I mean, that's just always the way it is, and they're so resilient. They bounce back after all that kind of stuff.
The other myth that we've heard, and I've heard this in stories and different things over the years, is that once the pit bull is locked onto somebody or another dog, that jaw is locked.
Right, right. It's weird, isn't it? That's such a weird thing that appeared, because it would suggest that the pit bulls have some kind of different physiology. If their jaw is built different or something like that, that it could actually lock. But it's silliness. It's complete silliness. It's complete hooey. It's not true. Their jaws are built no different than any other dog.
What about the myth that pit bulls are naturally or inherently aggressive toward people?
Yeah, it just is. That again is just hooey, because they literally have no innate aggression towards people. It's interesting because when they were actually created, man created all these breeds. So when they were actually created to be fighting dogs for bulls, right, early 1900s, when they were created, of course, one of the things they bred them to be was very loyal to their people. If they're fighting bulls, they don't want them to be aggressive to the people, right? And so that was one of the ways that they were actually bred to be working dogs with people. They like to work with people. They're naturally affectionate, and they're self-socializers. Not all dogs are self-socializers. They will socialize with almost anybody. And
we've also heard about the pit bull breed is that they can turn.
Right, right. This kind of all of a sudden they're going to turn on you and attack you and all that. It's so silly, because every dog, hi, oh, thank you. Every dog should be treated as an individual, and no dog behavior ever just comes out of nowhere. It doesn't just snap and, oh my God, it just doesn't happen like that. If a dog is going to have an issue, or a dog does attack, heaven forbid, there's always a reason. There's always a reason, and there's almost always a ton of warning before it happens. Almost always. And so if you don't, then it's a very strange situation. situation. Every time I have a bite case, I can almost count like 12 different things that happened before it actually went down. So the dogs don't ever do that. Again, we got to treat them as individuals. They don't just snap out of nowhere.
My grandfather, my mom's dad, had a pit mix. Felix, rest little Felix, and my grandpa, but he was the sweetest, kindest, most gentle dog. Let's talk about just the last 100 years, because another myth might be that pit bulls have always been considered aggressive. But back in the early 1900s, wasn't the dog really like the babysitting dog and advertised like in magazines as like the best family dog you could own?
Yeah, and it's amazing. If you go and look at the pictures of early 1900s, you can see there's tons of pictures of families and kids and all kinds of stuff. They were the mascot of World War I. So on all the propaganda posters, they used them as mascots. And then you see all these pictures like people like Fred Astaire and Helen Keller and Theodore Roosevelt and Mark Twain. They all had pit bulls. It wasn't ever considered anything strange or scary or anything like that.
Even in Little Rascals, wasn't the dog Petey, yeah, also a pit bull?
Yes, and Buster Brown's dog is a pit bull. I mean, all these things. And it is becoming, now because there's so many of them, unfortunately, that need homes, it's becoming another thing. There's lots of celebrities these days also that have pit bulls.
And let's face it, Stephanie, we have a little bit of time left. I mean, any dog, if you spend time with it, can learn these tricks, can learn the behavior, and that's good or bad, right? So the learned aggressiveness, or if the dog is learned to fight for whatever reason, that's a learned
They were
behavior.
taught that, right? They're not born that way. Just like no baby is born learning to fight or wanting to fight. They don't have that innately in them. But there's always nature versus nurture, or we always have to consider that. No matter what, we all have our own makeup, genetic makeup. But almost always their natural temperament is to be affectionate and loving. If they are taught to fight, they've got these incredible bodies, so they can be taught to fight. But it's not something that is innate to them.
Stephanie, Bennett, thank you so much. I'm so
thanks,
glad you did this
guys.
segment, because just reading the comments about Penny online on our own Facebook pages, it is clear that there is a lot of misinformation.
Oh, interesting, interesting. Yes, I thought it was a beautiful thing and that we needed to discuss it, because look how awesome this is. We haven't even had her for a week.
Right.
And she's gorgeous. And we're going to do a lot of training with her. We'll have to do an update.
The dog whisperer right here.
Thank you, guys.
If you want to train your dog and would like to connect with Stephanie, don't waste your time. Just call her immediately. Visit the Scene on Houston Life section of our website. She will help you out. I've seen her with all different breeds of dogs, and it's so fantastic.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Great to see you, Stephanie. Thanks so much. After the break, we will